What's poppin', y'all? Adin Ross might have did one of his top flight fighters dirty. And this all leads up to his recent and upcoming fight at Brand Risk in Las Vegas because they weren't able to get the Florida license in time. I think because of partially because of the situation that happened with Ben the Don, and the Florida Commission wasn't, too happy with that. So he had to delay it, and then in order to get this one done on time, Dana White had to come in and help him out at the UFC Apex. So they're doing this on the 23rd, and it's a stacked fight card. Like, you've got the craziest thing that we all care about is Ray J versus Super Hot Fire in an MMA match. They're not boxing. They're doing MMA. And Ray J, they told us Ray J had like 2 months to live, that he was on liver failure or something like that in January. So the fact that he got cleared to fight is wild. But yeah, the main card is Johnny Manziel, Bob Menery. Another crazy fight that he added on there was Michael Beasley. And I thought it was, initially I told a friend it was Malik Beasley. That's how you know I'm just not tapped in like that. And I was like, wait, hold on. That's a different fighter. Isn't that guy currently in the NBA? No way he'd be fighting. But yeah. And Lance Stevenson. So I'm guessing some ear blowing will be happening. That would be a legendary moment. Just don't bite the guy's ear off. Like, come on. And why does this guy have a Walgreens logo tatted on him? Oh, it might be some gang stuff. No snitching here. Because Blueface got a similar logo tatted on him. But Adin Ross would call out a fighter by the name of the boxing main event. You saw Sean Garcia versus Scam Likely. Sean Garcia is Ryan Garcia, the elite fighter's brother. And this guy's also a pro boxer. I don't believe he's boxed in 2 years, though. And he's fighting Scam Likely, who famously went viral for going to Japan, cracking a bunch of chicks, and contracting some sort of what do you call it? STD. Let's just say that, or STI. And he's a really good boxer, though. It was one of the best boxers on this entire card, skill-wise. Not card, but overall organization. But unfortunately, he would not be cleared to fight because this was going to become a pro fight. Until this point in time, Scam Likely was an amateur boxer. And Adin called him out on stream, believing that he sacked it so the commission wouldn't bring him up to pro.
Jordan, you guys know Jordan. He does an amazing job running Brand Risk. We can all agree. Without Jordan, there's literally no Brand Risk. Jordan has been basically keeping up with Scam. And basically, we're moving Scam up to pro, essentially to fight Sean Garcia, right? So he was amateur, now he's going to pro. 2 days ago, Scam did a workout. He was looking really, really good. He was doing really well, and he was sparring great. Jordan tells Scam, yo, like, I need you to, this next workout, the commission's going to be watching. I need you to basically go all out and do exactly what you did yesterday. Come early, look sharp. What does he do when the commission's watching? He's missing punches. He shows up late. So Scam did not get cleared to move up, basically. So that's basically what it is. So yeah. But it really sucks. It really, really does suck. I'm gonna get Sean a fight still. We're gonna look for Sean. No, it wasn't Sean. No. I just told you what happened. So the commission basically said he had like a really, really bad workout and he looked sloppy, and so he couldn't move up to pro. Which, in my opinion, Scam Likely is an amazing fighter. So to me, I'm like, what the fuck, bro?
So Jordan is Adin Ross's partner in all of this. Granted, Jordan is the guy, he's the guy when it comes to this. He runs point on these events. He's organizing people's travel. So if you see like influencer, if you see people like academics show up and all these other guys, they get organized by this guy, Jordan. Really does a really great job at putting together these events and making sure everybody's taken care of. So he relays this message to Adin Ross. And this just rubbed me the wrong way because I was like, wait, hold on. You're telling me Scam Likely takes boxing serious. Like, he's an unserious guy. You don't know when he's being sarcastic. You don't know when he's angry. You don't know when he's happy. He's kind of just not monotone, but he's just flatlined consistently. So you don't know when he's trolling either, and he's a huge troll. But I just can't believe that he would purposely agree to a fight, go to perform in front of the commission, and just do a terrible job so he could get pulled out of the fight. That just seems out of character for him. And he would respond to this and say, this is false. That's how you know he was heated. The first thing the commission said was, you look great, but I can't let this fight happen. He had his mind made up before I even threw a single punch. When I sparred, he was impressed and was surprised I wasn't already a pro. And then someone replied and said they wouldn't have cleared the fight originally if they weren't going to let the fight happen. There's definitely more to it. And Scam Likely says fight was never cleared. He goes on to say contracts were signed, medical's done, got my pro license. So he says that he did get his pro license for this because you need the pro license to do this fight, the boxing fight. I think it's the only boxing fight on the card. He says, I thought everything was good to go. Turns out the commission didn't accept the fight. No matter how good I look, they were never going to let me make my pro debut against someone with 9 fights. I tried. I'm sorry. And Scam Likely would even upload footage of him. And he says, full spar when the commission came to watch me work. Was supposed to go at least 6 rounds, but unfortunately I cut him from a punch. I'm not sure which one it was. Great work from my guy. He's 14-2 and signed to Zuffa. Didn't want to post this, just have to clear my name. So this guy pieced him up.
In and out, in and out, in and out.
So yeah, you can see like the guy's eye popped. Scam Likely was putting in work, and Scam Likely would reply to Adin Ross as well on his stream.
The stuff he's saying here, like I don't know who was telling Adin the facts and going back to him, but the stuff right here is not true. First of all, he said the commission said I wasn't ready to go pro. I'm already pro. I turned pro for this fight. I got my pro license and shit. A fight is already signed, right? Like it's good to go. So I get a call on Monday or Tuesday, and they're like, "Yo, the commission is he's not budging on this fight. He's not trying to make it happen. He wants to come watch you spar." So I say, "Okay." I say, "All right." I wasn't even supposed to spar. I sparred the next day. He came through, bro. I did great, bro. Like I was supposed to spar. I was supposed to spar 6 rounds. My sparring partner, I busted his eye open, bro. Like, and I didn't even want to like talk about this, bro. Like this wasn't even supposed to become public info, but yeah, I busted his eye open. Pause.
I'll keep working on
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I appreciate it, buddy. Yeah, man. Yeah. I'll keep working on No.
Like all from punches, by the way. Like no headbutt or nothing, bro. I look sharp, like always. So the head commissioner of Nevada, he sent somebody, one of his employees, to film it so we could send it back to him. And after he filmed it, he was telling me like, "Oh yeah, bro, like this is great. Like thank you so much. Like you look great. Like no worries. Like there should be no issue after this. So the fight should be cleared." I was like, "Okay, bet." Then he sent the sparring to the head commission, and he still wasn't budging on the fight. Like he wasn't approved for the fight. So
Yeah, overall, I think this was a really bad move from Adin Ross. And this is also what you get when you get this game of telephone. And like, for example, this happens, then Jordan gets noticed. Jordan is anybody that's ever put together a live event, and I've never done this, but I have friends that have done this, and I've talked to people that have put on live events of any kind. It is guaranteed that you will be putting out fires. It's not about, oh yeah, can we plan well enough so that something doesn't happen? Something happens every time. So many things happen a bunch of times. So I imagine that this guy Jordan, he's stressed up until the lead up of this, and probably the day of the event as well. So he hears about this and he's like, man, what the hell? And he's probably hearing about it from the commissioner. Somebody's relaying the message to him. So he's upset. He hits up Adin Ross, tells Adin Ross what happened. So it's probably like, I wouldn't say bastardized, but like you said, it's a game of telephone. If you've ever played the game as a kid in school, one person tells another person something, tells another person the same thing. And then by the end of it, it's a completely different message and a warp message. So by the time it gets to Adin Ross is probably also telling it differently to the live stream. And this is where I have to say it's unprofessional for Adin Ross to have reacted like this and to have brought it to the public to say you're throwing dirt on the guy's name and you're kind of harming his brand as well, because he had a deal to go to Misfits, which is where Dean the Great boxes. And Dean the Great was urging Adrian Broner because Misfits has a deal with DAZN, which is like a real deal boxing platform. Misfits also sells out arenas. They're big in the UK and Europe. I mean, we watched them too, but nevertheless, that was a competitor and he had an offer from them. And of course, this is business. He ended up staying with Brand Risk, but I do think it's partially because Scam Likely wanted to stay with Brand Risk. They just had to give him something that made sense. But for Adin Ross, I think this is a point where you have to hit up Scam Likely directly. Like, this is one of your fighters on your card, on your brand. You like the guy, and he's the top fighter that you have, that you built up in your card. Like, there's the other guy, Chibu, that's recently his stock has went up because he beat Blueface. But you're supposed to hit him up. Like Dana White, who's Adin Ross's boy, who's helping you with the situation, a lot of the time, especially when he was first building up the business of the UFC, he was talking to these fighters. He's in there sometimes. He's interviewing people sometimes. And for you to not call Scam, be like, yo, what's up with this? Before I bring this to the public, what happened? Scam Likely explains the situation, and now you have a better understanding of it before you share it, knowing it's going to go in front of thousands of people, tens of thousands, and then get clipped to hundreds of thousands. That's an unprofessional move. And Scam Likely said he chopped it up with Adin after and everything's cool, but these are things that you want to get in front of ahead of time, because once the damage is out, like, there are still some people that believe that Scam Likely intentionally didn't want to get cleared. And it's not like the Las Vegas Commission is going to come out on the internet and say, nah, like, we never had intention of clearing this fight. So overall, it sucks for us because, and there's also, like I said, misinformation, which is like, yo, he didn't get to turn pro. But Scam Likely said, no, I got my pro card. They're just not letting me fight this guy. The commission wasn't letting that happen. And my whole thing is, I guess there's two different commissions, maybe, or something, because there's no way they're letting Ray J get in their MMA and not letting Scam Likely. But I guess it's also a pairing of who they're fighting. Like, they probably saw Super Hot and Ray J, and they're like, okay, this is like, I guess this is enough of a skill, the lack of a skill disparity, I should say. There's similar skill level as opposed to Sean Garcia and Scam Likely. And Sean Garcia's pro fight experience versus this would have been the debut for Scam Likely's pro. That's just the way I see it. It's unfortunate that I don't get to see Scam Likely fight, but hey, this is going to be an entertaining card nevertheless. Especially, they're definitely going to have Whack 100 there commentating, and I think he does a really good job commentating. But yeah, I think this was unprofessional from Adin Ross. I think this should be a learning experience for him. Like, yeah, this guy Jordan can handle the business, but you are the face. And it's kind of like Dana White. Dana White right now, he sold the UFC, but he's the face. And he's paid to be the face. And he has to still maintain the reputation of the fighters, the care for the fighters. And Adin Ross cannot be lazy with this and just hop on stream and be like, yeah, dude, that guy sacked it, you know. I guess he didn't want to fight. It's like, dog, what? Come on, man. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. Like and subscribe and hit the notification bell if you enjoyed. And I'm going to see y'all in the next one.